Banger after banger.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big Hero Chris back at you with another one. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell, hit me up on Twitter, TikTok, hit me up with the community post, leave a comment in the comment section. You already know the vibes, man. And I'm here with your AEW All In predictions video. Now, this was a video I was gonna do a couple days ago, but with the passing of Bray Wyatt, you know, yeah. But better late than never. I'm here to predict some wrestling, some graps. Let's see who's gonna win these matches, and I could be absolutely 1000% wrong, but you know, it's still fun anyway, just to, you know, predict and, you know, fantasy book a little bit, I guess. So with that being said, leave me your predictions for All In the comment section below. And before I get into the predictions, I do want to say that, you know, there's been a lot of discourse and, you know, a lot of arguing and fussing over All In these past few months, especially with the build. Now, me personally, I feel like the build could have been a whole lot better. I feel like the go home show for Dynamite was exactly what AEW needed to do the entire time, building towards All Out, or All In, and not just like a go home show. Like, all right, here's the last show, so let's rush and get everything out and make everything feel important. That should have been the feeling throughout this entire process. But, you know, we're here now, and there are a lot of people that are, you know, kind of upset over the card, especially with the fact that you have Kenny Omega wrestling in a trios match and not a singles match. And I'm like, it's the Elite versus the Bullet Club, so I'm not too mad about that. I mean, I do understand why people would be frustrated or upset about this, especially with the possibility of the fact that we could have had Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega, the rematch. But, you know, Bryan Danielson's hurt. He's out with a broken arm. So, you know, these things happen. You got to pivot. You got to roll with the punches. And just, you know, do what you can just to get by. But despite all the discourse and all the arguing, the fussing and fighting, AEW has done a phenomenal thing. And that is sell all these tickets for Wembley, right? They sold, I think it was like 70,000 tickets without announcing any matches. And then they just continue to move numbers and do big business. And they're like over 80. I think it's like 81,000. They broke the record, the WrestleMania record or whatever. They broke SummerSlam 92 record, I believe. So, you know, that's an amazing thing. That's something that AEW should definitely be proud of. Because this is a 4-year-old wrestling company. And they're able to do this in Wembley, in England. You know what I'm saying? So that's something to definitely be proud of. And me personally, as far as the card goes, I'm cool with it. It's not like a super card, it's not like a forbidden door, but given the storylines that we've been following these past few weeks, months, the card makes sense. How we got to a lot of these matches doesn't, but as far as the actual card goes, it's not too bad. It's a pretty good card, and I feel like it's going to be a phenomenal night or day or whatever for wrestling, especially in front of the UK crowd. They're going to be chanting and saying all types of weird British shit, but it's all good. But let's break down this card. Let's get into these predictions. And let's kick it off with the pre-show. And I think a rumor I saw is one of the pre-show matches is going to be Jack Perry taking on Hook. And Jack Perry will be defending the FTW Championship, which is weird because I thought he was supposed to be retiring the FTW Championship on Dynamite. But then there wasn't enough time, so I guess they're going to do it on Collision. And I guess that's when Hook comes out or whatever. And I don't know. But we're going to have an FTW Championship. Jack Perry taking on Hook, and I'm gonna just go ahead and give it to Jack Perry. Hook's cool. I like Hook. I'm really a big fan of Hook, but I'm really a big fan of the heel turn and Jack Perry and everything he's been doing since he turned heel. And, you know, I feel like there's still a little bit more he can do with the FTW Championship. Like, he can cheat to win or disrespect it some more or whatever. So I feel like Jack Perry needs the championship win a little bit more than old Hook. But the match should be fine. It should be a real good match. Real good opener. Real good way to, you know, kick the shindig off. And then we have the other pre-show match, and it's going to be for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. We have Aussie Open defending their tag team titles against Better Than You, Baby, the team of Adam Cole and MJF. And this is kind of like the big story of the night, their bloodline-ish kind of story. And I'm actually going to give the win to Adam Cole and MJF. I think they're going to be the new Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. Aussie Open has been defending their titles on television a lot. Like a lot. I mean a lot. They've been defending it on Rampage and Ring of Honor and on Dynamite. And I think that's kind of a giveaway that they're about to drop these bad boys sometime soon. And it's not really a bad thing for Aussie Open to drop the Ring of Honor tag team titles, because that frees them up to go after the AEW tag team titles. So that should be pretty cool for them. And this win can continue the story between Adam Cole and MJF, which is the main event. And I'm going to just go ahead and just skip to that because I'm talking about it already. So let's just get to the main event, which is indeed Adam Cole and MJF, two best friends. They might even say they're closer than brothers, and the story is who is going to portray who, because you know what's coming. These two are best friends, they're brochachos, they're hanging out, they're playing video games and beating up kids and going to Outback Steakhouse, but deep down they both want to be AEW champion. That's the whole crux of this story. That even though Adam Cole isn't like the nicest guy ever, and he's a real good guy, but he's still kind of a dickhead. And then you have MJF, who's just a proud dickhead, but he's trying to be a good guy. Adam Cole's made him a good guy, but he's still MJF. So you don't really know where this story is gonna go. You don't know what role Roderick Strong is gonna play in it. You don't know what role the Kingdom is going to play in it, and that makes it so interesting. And this is like the match that's really hardest for me to predict, because you have all these variables going into it. But if I did have to make a pick, I would say that the match will be good, 1, and 2, MJF is still going to be the AEW champion. He's going to retain. I'm pretty sure he's going to cheat. Either it's going to be some outside interference, or MJF just straight up cheats, like he rolls up Adam Cole, he holds the tights or holds the ropes, something. He's gonna cheat somehow, but MJF is gonna win. And then you might have a little bit of tension between him and Cole, but you know, they're still the Ring of Honor tag team champions, so they're gonna hug it out and be cool. And you might even have either the winner of CM Punk or Samoa Joe. Most likely it's going to be CM Punk. And we might as well just get into the other AEW championship match between CM Punk and Samoa Joe for the real AEW championship. This is one of those matches where the build is kind of weird. Like, Samoa Joe has been kind of carrying this build by himself. CM Punk hasn't even really addressed Samoa Joe as of yet. Samoa Joe's been doing all the talking. He's been attacking CM Punk and all this. And CM Punk hasn't really said anything. He's more focused on Hangman and toys and all that. But despite all this, despite the build, you know, the lackluster build for this, I'm going to say CM Punk retains, and then maybe him at the end of the night, him and MJF have a face-to-face, because that makes the most sense to me, because CM Punk's out here saying he's the real AEW champion, and it's kind of weird that MJF hasn't addressed this yet, you know what I'm saying, like, because he's the AEW champion, and CM Punk's out here popping his shit, clapping his gums, talking about he's the real world champion, and there's got to be something to this. So CM Punk will retain against Joey Samoa. For the AEW Tag Team Championships, we have the Young Bucks and Fear the Revolver, the new Gun Club, the new Bullet Club, and FTR. Cash and Dax, man. And this is the third match between these two, and the two matches they've had prior to this has been awesome, and I don't expect anything less between FTR and the Young Bucks, due to the fact that Gat Wheeler has, you know, a little bit of issues going on with his whole gun charge or whatever. I'm gonna say the Young Bucks are gonna be the new AEW Tag Team Champions. I don't really have too much more to say about that, besides the match will be good. It'll be an awesome match, probably, and a whole bunch of these matches can have credence to say that they're match of the night, but this is probably going to be one of the top matches of the night between the Young Bucks and FTR. Young Bucks will be the new AEW Tag Team Champions. For the AEW Women's Championship, It's a fatal 4-way match. This is the only women's match on the card. I'm not going to complain too much about that. What I will say is this match between Shida and Britt Baker, Saraya and Toni Storm, it should be pretty good because of who is involved. You know, you have at least 2 really good wrestlers, a pretty decent wrestler, and you know, someone who's kind of fall off a little bit, but seeing as this is a fatal 4-way, she should be able to, you know, pick it up a little bit. But I will say Shida most likely will retain and still be the AEW Women's Champion. I hope. There's a piece of me that says Saraya may, you know, pull out some shenanigans and become the new AEW Women's Champion. I don't want that to happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did. But as far as my pick goes, I'm going to say Shida retains and still your AEW Women's Champion. We have a Coffin match between the team of Sting and his son Darby Allin, taking on the leader of the Mogul affiliates, Swerve Strickland, and the anti-fatherless wrestler emperor Christian Cage. I didn't know what to call him, but Christian Cage is involved. He's replaced AR Fox, and apparently I found out that the reason AR Fox got booted from this match is because he also, like Penta, or not Penta, but Ray Phoenix has travel issues, visa issues or whatever, but the whole reason he got kicked out of the group as well as this match is because he kind of drug his feet a little bit. He let AEW know at the last minute that, hey, this is what's up, and there was a lot of heat on him, so they just kicked him out the match, and they kicked him out of Swerve's group, which sucks for him, but come on, bro, you can do better. But as far as this match goes, this should be pretty fun. A Coffin match. Now, the last time Christian Cage was involved in a Coffin match, he lost. I don't see that happening twice in a row. I see the team of Swerve and Christian, and these are possibly 2 of the most diabolical wrestlers in AEW right now, Christian and Swerve, and I see them getting the win over Darby and Sting, and then Darby gets his win back next week for All Out against Luchasaurus. But as far as the Coffin match, Christian and Swerve, the 2 supervillains themselves, will win and defeat the father and son duo of Sting and Darby Allin. Now, this is a match I'm excited about. I know a lot of people are not because, you know, Kenny's involved in a trios match. Me personally, ever since they announced this whole Forbidden Door thing, I've been patiently waiting for the Elite versus Bullet Club interaction in some way, shape, or form, and I'm finally getting it. We have the trios match. We have the Golden Elite, Kota Ibushi, Hangman Adam Page, and Kenny Omega taking on the team of Takeshita, goddammit, Takeshita and Bullet Club Gold and Juice Robinson and Jay White. And this should be fun because I love me some Juice Robinson. Jay White's hilarious. Hopefully the Ass Boys are there too, and Card Blade will be there too. Yeah, this is the match I'm looking forward to the most. I wouldn't be mad if the old Bang Bang Gang got the win. And somehow, some way, this sets up a rematch between Kenny and Takeshita. But, you know, this would be pretty cool for the Bullet Club to get the win of the Elite. Will it happen? Probably not. But this is just me making predictions. So I'm picking the Bullet Club, the Bang Bang Gang, to win. Go Card Blade. And so next up we have a match that should be crazy, that should make up for that quote-unquote hardcore match we had on SmackDown. I'm talking Stadium Stampede. You have the Blackpool Combat Club and Santana and Ortiz taking on the team of Best Friends, Penta, Orange Cassidy, and Eddie Kingston. And when I say that this is going to make up for that hardcore match, you have Jon Moxley, who bleeds when you look at him sideways, Eddie Kingston, who tried to light a guy on fire once, and then you have the Blackpool Combat Club, who are just super violent, and then Santana and Ortiz, they can get down and dirty too. So this should be a hilariously awesome, violent, crazy match. And I would not be surprised if the Blackpool Combat Club got the win. Yes, you bring back Santana and Ortiz, man. You better put them on the winning team. So yeah, the BCC/LAX connection are gonna win. They're gonna mop the floor with these poor souls. I love you, Eddie Kingston, but you know, BCC's got it, buddy. We have a match that I'm getting more excited about ever since their contract signing. You have Chris Jericho taking on Will Ospreay. Now, how we got to this match, I don't know. It felt like it was a whole bunch of fluff and a whole bunch of superfluous shit going on with the whole Jericho Appreciation Society breaking up, and who are you gonna pick? Are you gonna pick the JS or are you gonna pick Don Callis? Oh, I picked Don Callis, but Don Callis said, "Nah, I don't trust you anyway." So he ended up beating him up, and that's what caused Will Ospreay to come in. I feel like there was a much simpler way to get to this. How, I don't know exactly, but I feel like they took the long road instead of, just going with something simple. Like, they've mentioned several times that this match between Jericho and Ospreay was supposed to happen before the pandemic happened. And then you could have just simply had Chris Jericho say, "We're going to England and I want to take on the best England has to offer, and that's you, Will Ospreay." Then you can go into the whole, we were supposed to wrestle before the pandemic and blah, blah, blah. And then you cut off out the middleman, and then you can add the extra wrinkle of the fact that Don Callis is aligned with Will Ospreay, and then you can bring the Don Callis Chris Jericho friendship into it. There was a much simpler way to get to this, but we're here now. We're here. And as far as who wins, this is interesting. This is real interesting because, Chris Jericho is that guy. He's going to have Fozzy perform, Judas form. Dang, Will Ospreay don't even work there. But I'm like, damn, he kind of needs this win, because this man's been on a hellified run. He beat Kenny Omega, he beat Okada, and what better way to put another feather in his British cap, bro, than to have him beat Chris Jericho. So fuck it, man. Will Ospreay is gonna beat Chris Jericho, my new favorite wrestler, my new best friend, Will Ospreay, because he retweets my stuff from time to time. So we're cool now. I'm officially in Aussie Open, I guess. I don't know if that's how this works. But Will Ospreay is going to win. He's going to beat Chris Jericho, bro. Yeah. And they're going to party in England like it's 1999. I don't know. Anyway, we move on to the last match I have to talk about, and that is for the Trios Championship match. This is the match I care about the least. We have the House of Black taking on the Acclaimed. Daddy Ass is back. Who freaking cares? I like the Acclaimed. I like Daddy Ass. I like the House of Black. But I don't care for this match. I felt like the match that they were going to go for would be House of Black versus the LFI. And if not House of Black versus LFI, you could have done Malachi versus Andrade. Because Andrade's been beefing with House of Black over his mask. He got his mask back. And you figure, all right, the next logical step would be Andrade versus Malachi Black, and that's not what we're getting. We're getting the spooky merchants versus the fake rappers and their adopted father. I don't fucking know. But, and I'm also double mad about this because I feel like this isn't a prediction. This is kind of a spoiler. The Acclaimed is going to win. I don't know what this is going to do for the House of Black, but the Acclaimed is going to win. I don't feel like the Acclaimed needs it. They're over. They don't need the tag team championships for this. But I feel like that's where it's going to go. And that's why I kind of don't. I just don't care for this match at all. It should be a fine match. The crowd is going to pop for the Acclaimed. They're going to love Daddy Ass. But I don't care, man. I don't care. But the Acclaimed will be your new Trios tag team champions. And yeah, whatever. But man, yeah, there you go. Those are my predictions for AEW All In. It was really that go home show for Dynamite that really kicked my excitement level for All In up to a whole nother level. So I would love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys take care. Be easy. I'm out. Peace.